Hi, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of our new M&A podcast. I'm Alessandra. I will be your host for today as we examine how procurement can play a critical role in mergers and acquisitions.
Hi, I am Arushi. I am part of Efficio Consulting as well, and I am really excited to be here in the first episode and talk about this topic.
The topic of today is carve-outs. We are kicking things off with a topic that doesn't always get the spotlight it deserves. So, why carve-outs are actually a huge opportunity for procurement. Carve-outs usually comes from a divestiture or a sale and can sound complicated and very stressful. But it's way more interesting than you think, and it holds great opportunity to build better procurement infrastructure and realize cost savings. Arushi, since we have you here today, could you share some knowledge about this topic?
Sure, Ali. Happy to talk about it. So, when a company carves out either a piece of business, a product division, a brand, that piece that comes out of this business needs to stand on its own. And procurement, in that case, generally is the first thing that could be reset or realigned or restructured. And it's a real change. And the change is not just symbolic. There is a real money associated with it. And if done right, then it can lead to a lot of benefit and value add for the business. Uh, and this real change is happening while the org structures are getting changed or new people are getting hired. Though there can be dyssynergies when a carve out is happening and prices could be expected to rise, but if managed in the right way, the transition can make a big difference to your bottom line. For instance, the companies that do carve outs and manage carve outs really well, they can add 10 to 20% of cost savings just by renegotiating their contracts or maybe optimizing who they would like to work with. Think about it. Legacy businesses can carry bloated supplier lists or outdated contracts or inefficient setups for years or even decades. And carve outs provide that opportunity to those companies to think about, do I need it all? Does this align with my customer set? Why are we using it? Is it just coming from because somebody has bought it earlier? And generally, the answer is no, we don't need a lot of them. We don't actually need it. A carve out enables simplifying and tailoring the procurement to the actual need of the customer, making your business much more leaner and much more aligned to your customer set, and not just dragging along complexity or bureaucracy from your parent company. So it could be really value add.
Aligning procurement with the needs of the customer and the company strategy is really important. And in carve out, it's even more critical because it allows the company to reduce their cost. What would make a company successful in delivering this type of exercises?
Very interesting question, Ali. Just having a plan on paper will not be helpful. Doing it in the right way can actually add more value in terms of what we deliver. There's so many factors that you can consider when delivering a successful transition. The companies that do this well are the ones that map out their contracts and suppliers from the beginning and right and they ask the right questions. For instance, the questions could be, do I need this contract? Does this contract need innovation? What services have to be really transitioned? What are the opportunities if we were to negotiate much more smarter deals in this case? And one more thing that often gets missed in such cases is the culture. Firstly, a carve out business usually needs a very different procurement culture, something that's much more entrepreneurial, something that's much more agile and closely tied to the operations. If you just clone your parent business procurement habits, you miss the entire opportunity. A carve out isn't just a structural change, it's a mindset shift. If you embed faster, much more leaner, much more agile procurement processes from day one, it can set the tone for how the business operates moving forward, really from the starting. And but there is a big but. It has to be done from the starting, from the beginning. If you leave it as an afterthought, then there can be major supply risk, disruption risks. There could be bad handoffs, or there could be missed savings. Therefore, leadership and the whole company has to work together to make sure the procurement is the essential component of the carve-out process. To support this, you can build and you can enable a technological ecosystem, which is a very important component of this procurement process as well. This enables the new ways of working, the culture, and helps in gaining valuable insights, uh, which are very important in a carve-out process. A carve-out is the best opportunity to introduce the digital tools or sourcing platforms or spend analytics or contract management systems because you're starting afresh. And when you're doing that, people tend to be more open for the new ways of working. So you're not fighting against the sentiment of we have already done this way because change is expected following an M&A process. And a lot of people are looking for understanding the organization in a much more better way. So if procurement can get the insights from your new tools and the contract management is up and running alongside a positive culture, enabling culture, you can action on these insights in a much more powerful way and can generate much more value for the company.
Thanks a lot, Arush. It's very interesting. And if we had to sum it up, carve-outs are hard. They're really difficult. But for procurement, they're not just about survival or carry on with the business as usual and minimize the impact of a carve-out over the business operation. They're about creating something new that goes faster, that is smarter, and is better right from the very start. There is a tremendous opportunity for procurement to be involved in carve-out as early as possible, and we'll be happy to support you in this. That's it for today's first episode. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon covering more key topics about M&A, the challenges, the wins, and everything in between.